All right, let's talk unwanted hair growth on the face or body. Maybe it's new. Maybe it's something you've been grappling with for years and all of a sudden you let it grow out and you're like, oh, I can't believe I have all of this. Maybe it's something that you're looking to prevent from happening because someone in your family has had to grapple with it. So whether you're getting on ahead of the issue or on top of it, or you're constantly playing catch up, let me talk to you about the 3 modes of hair removal that some do affect the regrowth and some that don't. So the first method of hair removal that does not affect the regrowth at all is when you're cutting or trimming or shaving the hair. Now there's a huge misconception out there that shaving causes the hair to grow back thicker, and I'll tell you there's a reason for that. When the hair grows past the skin level, outside the skin, it naturally tapers off. So it's at its thickest diameter and it tapers off. So when you're shaving, you're cutting as close to the skin as possible, and that hair kind of grows out at its thickest diameter. So that's why it feels, after a few hours or a few days of you shaving an area, when you brush your fingertips across the skin, it feels kind of stubby, but it has had 0 effect on the regrowth. In fact, as therapists, that's our favorite mode for you to keep the growth under control. Before you come to treat with us, when you're looking for more permanent means of hair removal, or while you're kind of buying time at home until you'll get to where you're ready to tackle the problem once and for all. The second method of dealing with the hair growth is plucking, threading, and waxing. So all of those methods actually remove the hair from the root, and the brain registers trauma in the area, and guess what? It sends nutrients and blood and oxygen to activate and to help heal. So your follicles over time end up growing thicker, juicier, deeper hairs. And those years of you kind of promoting that regrowth to become worse, once you come to us, we have to undo all of that to get you to where you're pointed in the right direction towards the goal of permanent hair removal. The third method, which should not affect the regrowth because it's happening at the skin level, but kind of sort of does over time, is using chemicals. So chemical depilatories or chemical bleaching the hair. Because you're adding chemicals to the skin when you're bleaching, the skin starts to get sensitized, so it needs to fend for itself. Sometimes it discolors or tans a little bit. And we see that a lot on the upper lip and the chin area, especially for women. So that does have an effect on the regrowth. And depilatory creams are also chemicals that break down the protein that is the hair, and also by applying it on the skin, it's breaking down the protein that is the skin, which over time the skin sees it as an irritant and could discolor. So those are methods that should not affect the regrowth, but kind of sort of do. The more permanent methods of hair removal are the methods that we utilize in the clinic. So we are medical board certified specialists to utilize lasers for hair removal, electrolysis for hair removal, and intense pulse light, or I.P.L. So those methods, laser is fantastic for large areas of dark hair growth, or thick dark hair growth to be exact. Those are ideal. Now, if the hairs are not dark, the laser picks up on the pigment that is the hair. So if the pigment is not there, the laser is not going to be effective. Or maybe they're dark, but they're not thick enough. So that's not enough laser energy attracted to the base of the follicle to shut that follicle down. So not everyone is a good candidate for laser, but laser is fantastic if you were a good candidate for larger areas of growth, like legs or backs or bikini lines, underarms. Electrolysis is perfect for detail work. So maybe it's your eyebrows, maybe you're trying to outline a beard, maybe you're trying to outline a hairline. It's fantastic for those. Or maybe you have a sporadic hair here or there, but not a full area of growth. Electrolysis becomes a good option. Electrolysis is the only option when the hair is gray or depigmented. Light hairs like blonde hairs do not respond to I.P.L or to laser, and electrolysis is the only thing that would get rid of those. I.P.L is intense pulse light, so unlike laser, it's actually within the light spectrum. Now, we haven't seen over the years maximum destruction or shutdown of the follicle's ability to regrow a hair with I.P.L, but we have seen it with laser, and we certainly see it with electrolysis every time, shy of there being a systemic issue that stands in the way. And that's when the consultation comes in. We spend a lot of time with you to make sure you're a good candidate for whatever method of hair removal treatment that you're having with us. And meanwhile, at home, we ask you to cut, trim, and shave because, you guessed it, that has zero effect on the regrowth, and you wouldn't be interfering with our series of treatments. So for more information, I'm gonna go in depth onto each and every method for hair removal with you. So make sure you subscribe. If you found this useful, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to share it with a friend or a loved one, we would really appreciate it. Leave us a comment in the comment section below, and we'll go from there.